How y'all doing today? This is Curtis Davis, Conversations in C minor, baby. And today is Chuck Berry's birthday. He would have been 94, and he died 2017. I like to talk about him, one of my major influences besides Jimi Hendrix. Uh, Chuck Berry's guitar style, his rhythm, his leads, uh, was a big thing in Chicago. Chess Records, as I'm from Chicago, so I grew up hearing about Chuck Berry. Just heard his name, didn't hear his music until I became a teenager and started paying attention to guitar music. I love the Rolling Stones, and everyone knows Keith Richards is Chuck Berry's. You know, he loves Chuck Berry. He worships Chuck Berry. But anyway, I want to talk about some of the stuff some of the stuff of him I got in my collection on vinyl here. And I got a CD too. That's rare. This is the Chuck Berry box set that came out in the '80s, and this is on vinyl. This is six CDs. I mean, six vinyl records. Is it? Yeah, six records, and contains starts with let's start with Maybelline. Put on my old man glasses. Y'all know I'm blind. So yeah, starts with Maybelline and ends with Bio, the song Bio. Of course, it has my dingling on it, but it has Wee Wee Hours, which is one of my favorite songs. Man, great song. No Money Down, You Can't Catch Me, Downbound Train. Man, this is a must have for your rock and roll collection if you call yourself a rock and roller. It's a must have. You probably be able to get the box set in CD now these days. I don't know how I found this on vinyl. I didn't get it in the '80s. I found this a couple of years ago. And Reelin' and Rockin', Johnny Be Good. It was his most known song, but he has many songs that's as great as Johnny Be Good. You know, 59 to 66 on here. Back in the USA, Let It Rock is a hell of a song. Bye Bye Johnny is another great song. Down the Road of Peace. Man, this thing has everything on it. You Can Never Tell. You Never Can Tell, which was on Pulp Fiction. Everyone knows about that. One of my favorite songs like too is Viva Viva Rock and Roll is a great song too. It's my own business. And Chuck Berry was a blues guy as well, but he loved country music. He loved blues, and he created them rock riffs. Him and Johnny Johnson on piano. They came up with this stuff together. Man, bless you, Chuck, and thank you for letting me rock and putting that rock out there, letting brothers rock. You guys, cause you started it all, not Elvis. You are the king. I don't want to disappoint, piss off any Elvis fans, but I just was never an Elvis man. I understand what he did on what record, Sun Records and stuff like that. I get what he did, but Chuck was the man for sure. And nigga say this is a serious box set, Chuck Berry box set, and six vinyls, man. The booklet that came with. I used to have it on CD. I wore the CDs out. I don't even own the CDs anymore. I wore them out. But this booklet that comes with it, look at that. Look at that. Happy birthday, Chuck. Happy birthday, man. God. The stories, the pictures. Look at them. Yeah. Happy birthday, Chuck, man. Rest in peace. Yeah, I love this booklet too. This is a nice booklet. These pictures, look at that. This is on Chess Records. This box set. It's an old school one. And this booklet has a discography too. Chuck Berry on Chess. You know, so, as you see, yeah, you can't buy this. This is definitely rare, and I won't sell it to you. Anybody get it to be my son once I leave this earth, he'd be the only one that get it. Yeah, the Great 28. Yeah, and then in the 80s and stuff, in the 70s, they stopped putting out reissues and stuff. This is a great one, and I also have this one here. What is it called? Golden Years, Volume 3. Got that on vinyl. Look at that. Chuck Berry, man. Beautiful Delia. Go Bobby Boxer. Go Boxer. Go Bobby Socks. I got to find my baby. This is a great record too. Got some rare cuts and it got a few deep cuts. It got some rare deep cuts and it got a few hits on it, maybe 4 hits. But this is one of my favorite vinyls. Golden Decade, that's what it's called. And look at him on the cover. Chess Records put this out too. Oh, I love you, Chuck, man. Miss you. Wish you was still here, but you lived to 90 and you lived a long, fruitful life, and you left so much. This is one of the last studio albums that he did too. I got this on CD. It came out in 1979. The last studio. It's called Rocket. Chuck Berry. This is a strange sounding album. Sounds kind of weird. It sounds good though. His riffs are still cool. His tone is still good. But look at that, 1979. Then when he passed, his daughter and family put out the record that he was working on like the last 4 or 5 years before he passed away. And it's 2017's Chuck. Look at that. On vinyl. Look at this. Look at this. Bless you, Chuck, man. Look at him. The king of rock and roll. Put that blues together. Because he was a huge Muddy Waters fan. And he combined that with some of the country rhythms that he heard that he liked. With some of those up-tempo boogie woogie with Johnny Johnson on piano and made this music up, came up with this music. This is a nice record. It came out in 2017, and this was the last that we've heard of Chuck, that we've heard, on vinyl, on record. But Chuck Berry died 2017. I said he was 90 years old. And one of my favorite things is that Hail, Hail, Rock and Roll movie. Hold on. Also, too, this right here. Hail, Hail, Rock and Roll. This is a documentary that Keith Richards from the Rolling Stones produced and put together. And this is a great documentary. And I have the 4 CDs, the 4 DVD set. The interviews on here with him, between him, Little Richard, and Bo Diddley, is probably the most profound document. This is one of the most greatest documentaries I've ever seen and heard. But that interview there talks about racism, the old days, and him, Chuck Berry, Little Richard, and Bo Diddley go back and forth, talking about those days in the 50s, and it's a great one. But you need to get this. Anyone who loves rock and roll, who wants to know the history of rock and roll, I ain't talking about none of the punk rock or none of that stuff like that, this is it right here. I mean, you got all them black rock bands, like Living Colour, Bad Brains, and And I was never a Bad Brains fan. I like the reggae side of Bad Brains. Was probably, it's probably gonna piss off some people, but I was more a fan of their reggae side. I'm a Bob Marley fan, a Peter Tosh fan, and a Bunny Willis fan. But all that before that, this guy right here, Chuck Berry, Hill Hill Rock and Roll. This movie was recorded in 1986 on his 60th birthday, and you need that. God bless you, Chuck, man. Continue to rest in heaven, rest in peace, man. And we love you. We miss you. God bless rock and roll. And it's like the Stone says, only rock and roll, but I like it. But we love you, Chuck Berry. Rest in peace. You are the king. Curtis Davis, Conversations in C minor. That's me. That's my page. And please like it, comment on it, talk about it to friends. And if you have any comments about it, about the content on it, I mean, I have many videos on there. Comment on them videos because I just started this year. And I'm a recording artist now. I'm recording my own music right now, taking my time. I'm not currently retired, sitting at the house. Got much music to do. I love you guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for paying attention, and I'll see you all soon. Take care. Curtis Davis, Conversations in C minor. Have a good day. See you, Chuck.